Good afternoon, Forum. My name is Himanshu Mehra. I am a scout and I am a messenger of peace. As in capacity of chairman of the Virtual National Youth Forum, I want to make an announcement. Please hold your breath. Now it is the golden time of the historical day in the history of Bharat Scouts and Guides. As the next upcoming golden moments, Bharat Scouts and Guides India is having proud privilege to welcome wholeheartedly Secretary General of World Organization of the Scout Movement, Mr. Ahmad Alangwi, for the Virtual National Youth Forum 2020. Bharat Scouts and Guides India takes pride in sharing the Virtual National Youth Forum with the young blood of India on board with you, sir. We don't have words to thank you enough to be here with us on the screen during the quarantine. Please address the young minds of India with your wise word. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Greetings, brothers and sisters, and thank you very much, Mansho, for the introduction and for the invitation to join this virtual youth forum at this extraordinary times for our work. I'm very happy to be with you, and in fact, the thing that I really wanted to do earlier is to visit India in a planned visit that was planned for March, but the circumstances prevented us from having that visit. But I very much look forward that I will be in India in person with all the brothers and sisters in scouting and guiding as soon as possible once normalcy has been restored, and we hope that will happen as soon as possible. It's great to join you at this youth forum, and you are showing that scouting never stops. Scouts, when even they don't have the ability to meet in person, they find the tools and ways of connecting with each other. And I think as a scouting and guiding coming together in this youth forum, you have a message to the entire nation and India, and also the entire region in the Asia Pacific and the entire world, and our movement at large, that scouting is always able to battle against the most difficult circumstances and find ways to connect with each other. My friends, we live in unusual times. The challenges posed on us by the COVID-19 is forcing all of us to think differently about our life and about the way we do business, the way we connect with each other. And what we have been saying over and again, that countries that have more scouts, countries that have more structured youth movements like scouting, are more well equipped to deal with the challenges and more resilient, more able and capable of taking these challenges. And you are proving that today in the field. I've been following closely the great work of scouting and guiding in India, and then the way that you have mobilized in the response for the call of duty, and your ability to mobilize and be there for all those who are in need, and to support the country as it's battling at the moment this unusual pandemic that is really impacting all aspects of life. So this is on behalf of the World Organization of the Scout Movement, on behalf of over 54 million scouts around the world. I want to salute you all for your work. I want to thank you for being good scouts, good guys, and showing that we are always prepared, always ready, even when the challenges are very complex as we are seeing today. Your youth forum is also convening to reflect on how the world would look like after, and how we will be able to continue our scouting and our commitment for the development of young people. Our movement today is, as I said, is showing that we are very resourceful and we are able to innovate and to think differently when we are posed with challenges. Just over the last weekend, the entire movement came together for an online jamboree, and I hope many of you have been able to join this jamboree, the Jyoti Special Edition, connecting millions of scouts around the world, allowing us to learn about all the talents. And I must admit, I very much enjoyed watching some of the talents and the submissions that came from India. This is a talented nation in so many ways, and the scouting has been really fueling these talents in the country by offering space for the development of young people in the country. So that Jyoti was a reminder to all of us that our movement, even at times of social isolation, times of distancing, times of limited movements, we are able to connect with each other. the power of young people today, it's even more relevant. We're seeing that how countries that have more young people and more volunteers in particular are able to cope up with the current challenge. We have seen how even the most well-established healthcare systems in some developed countries are finding it difficult to cope with the current challenges that they are facing. Countries that they have volunteers to support these systems are more well-equipped to deal with this challenge. And that's why the structured volunteering, such as the one that we have in Scouting, is incredibly important. We always talk about our duty to self, but also the duty to others and the nation that is being manifested today in the way Scouts are mobilizing to respond to this challenge. And we hope when we walk out of this pandemic and when we will be able to battle it and counter its spread and bring life back to a normal track, we hope that we will all take lessons. We would learn that the world needs more Scouts. The world needs more structured youth organizations and movements, not only for the very personal development of individuals, but also for the collective resilience and ability for communities to cope with external shocks and challenges, such as the one we are dealing with today. So with that spirit, the spirit of being prepared all the time, the spirit of knowing that you belong to a remarkable movement of over 113 years and of over 171 countries around the world, over 54 million Scouts. We are a driving force for good in the world. We are, as a movement, as a one Scout movement in all corners of the globe, we are remarkably well positioned today to support our world find its way to bring normalcy once again. So my brothers and sisters, to all the guys and Scouts who are joining as part of this youth forum and everyone who is following as well online, I have a challenge for every one of you. My challenge to you, that as Scouts we have a duty today to look not only after ourselves, and I know during this very difficult time, just taking care of yourself is a mission by itself. But we have also a responsibility to care after our families, to look after our neighbors, and to look after what the call of service that we're getting today, to listen to the leaders and to answer the call of service and to follow the advice that is given by the National Scout Organization, by looking at the government advice, by the World Health Organization. We have to stick and we have to be that element of being obedient sometimes, which I know sometimes the Scouting is being criticized because we talk about being obedient. But in moments like this, is that ability to be disciplined and really sticking to the marching orders of the word so we can find our way out of this pandemic. Is that commitment to follow that general advice that we need all to follow so we'll be able to put our work back on a good track. The World Scout movement today, as I said, is the largest, oldest, and the most dynamic and the most growing today youth movement in the world. So I really hope that every one of you will take a moment to feel so much pride of what your brothers and sisters are doing and really enabling Scouting to more young people. We should all be proud of our sisters and brothers who are in Spain supporting, in Italy, on Haiti, in Algeria, in Tunisia, in Bangladesh, in Malaysia, and in India, all of them answering the same call for duty. And sometimes I know when you are joining your Scouting group at the national level or the local level, you don't really all the time see the international dimension of Scouting. But my friends, we are part of something beautiful, global and interconnected, and is always ready to serve, always ready to support. I really would like to salute all of you, the Bharat Scouting guys, for the great work you have been doing, for your leadership, for its commitment to really lead from the front lines, and for all of you for being able to be so resourceful so you find ways to connect with each other, even at times of difficulties. Our movement is expanding, growing, and reaching to more young people. And every single challenge for us is an opportunity for us to find ways of how we can connect with more young people and support them during these times. when we get out of this pandemic, we will realize that Scouting is more relevant, more needed, and young people like yourselves are more well equipped today to ensure that the work will not be taken back by these challenges, but rather able to keep move forward and supporting the collective brotherhood and sisterhood that we need to instill in every young person in the world. For me to say as well to all of you that had this pandemic not there, we would have been probably be discussing all the other important things in our world today that matters. And I know the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, is a bond that brings us all together for ensuring that the world is a better place for everyone. For many years, I have been talking about the power of India. India as a nation that has the largest youth population in the world, almost 800 million under the age of 35. That's a huge power for the world. And if we to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, if we to be able to make this world a better place for all, we have to be successful in India. We have to ensure that every young person has access to a good opportunity. And that's the work that my brothers and sisters in the Bahra Scout and Guide has been working on, to ensure that we are able to reach even to more young people and enable them the opportunity that we all can enjoy in Scouting. So do you agree with me that actually Scouting and Guiding in India can be bigger and larger than only 5 million, can be even the 10 and 15 and 20, and why not 100 million as well? The leadership of the Bahra Scout and Guide is very committed for that growth and reaching out to more young people, because we do have a duty to enable every single young person with the opportunity to be part of Scouting, to be part of this live and transformative experience that makes you a better citizen, a better person, a better father, a mother, and a better person at large in all aspects of life. So that's the duty we have today. So this time is serving as a reminder that we need more Scouts and Guides. This time is a good reminder for all of us that actually we can go further in Scouting and Guiding by reaching out to all young people. So in the visit that was planned to India, I was very much looking forward to discuss with the national leadership and how we can support the growth of Scouting and Guiding. But I can't tell you the other challenge I have for you today. Me as Secretary General of the World Scout Movement, together with all the Chief Commissioners and the leadership and the great colleagues who are serving with tirelessly the supporting systems and structures of the Bahra Scout and Guide. With all of us, we can discuss how to grow the movement, we can put more resources, we can look at ways how to enable more young people to join. But you know what is the most effective way of reaching to more young people so we can even double the movement in India? Is you, young people. If you take it upon yourself that you are actually going to reach out to others, invite others to join us, be part of Scouting, enabling them with opportunities so they can also access Scouting as we do and are able to change their lives, then we will be able to actually become a more diverse movement, a movement that is really reaching out to more young people. Look at what our brothers and sisters in the Asia Pacific region has been doing. A lot of examples of even looking at young people in hardships and in very difficult circumstances, whether young people who are in refugee camps or young people who are street kids who have been denied opportunities to access education. We reach out to all of them, enabling them an opportunity to form Scout groups and to join the program. And then we celebrate all of them as integral part of our growing movement. So all of you in this youth forum, you do have a duty to self, to your country as well, in expanding Scouting, reaching out to more young people. So India, as it's awakening and as continue to develop itself, its citizens and its contribution to the world will be driving the implementation as well for the Sustainable Development Goals. In the World Organization of the Scout Movement, our umbrella organization that brings all of us together, Scouts from all around the world, We're incredibly proud of your work. We are behind you, ready to support you as you continue advancing in your plans to empower more young people through scouting. I'm really privileged to have the opportunity to connect with all of you, and I will continue to look forward to an opportunity in the near future where I will be able to visit India in person. And let me close with just maybe a funny fact about myself. My family name is Al-Hindawi, and that means in Arabic, the person from India. So although I'm not Indian, but I feel so much connected to India in so many ways. And I'm very proud of that connection, very proud of all the great work that you are doing. This is a country that has a very special place in my heart. I'm very much looking forward to look how we will be able to continue working together. So we will be always in one hand supporting our movement to do good in the world and to continue be true to the notion that we are there to create a better world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your amazing words. I thank you on the behalf of Bharat Scouts and Guides, and especially as the youths. You have inspired us all. Thank you so much.
Mr. Ahmed, thank you very much. On the behalf of our Chief National Commissioner, Dr. Khandelwal, and our President, Dr. Anil Kumar Jain, and on the behalf of all the youth of the country, of our organization, really we are very thankful to you for sparing time for us, and really your speech was so amazing that definitely we assure you that whatever you are having a dream for India, definitely we will achieve the target. And for your information, I think if you go to our Sankalp project, what our boys and girls are doing, they have done a wonderful job, even though there so many warnings were there, but in spite of that, they have done their service to the community, local community, with the help of the local administration in regard to the distribution of food, or the even preparation of food, or the ration, or even campaigning to stay at home safely, or distribution of masks, or the other things. So thank you very much once again. I hope that definitely we will meet very soon. We have missed meeting with you, and we hope that with the cooperation of the WOJM and the APR region, definitely our target will be achieved in time. This coronavirus cannot be a blockage for us in our target, and we will be very happy that Anna Maria, the chairperson of ACTS, is also coming in the evening during the closing ceremony. So definitely once again, thanks to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Friends, we have another 5 questions our Secretary General would be taking. If you have a question to ask our SD, you can type in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. We have one question already. You can go ahead and answer the question, sir. It was on the Q&A button.
Yeah, I think I can see it now. So thank you. I think the question, with a nice introduction, the main question as again how I can be part of Rover in my country. It depends on what country you're coming from. I think if from India, I would probably Madhu, I would ask you to help me with that question. So how the participant, and she didn't put her name, can join. I believe that's a question from India, because that would be more specific to the country itself. Would you like to comment on that?
The question is from India. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I think on that maybe the question how to join the Rover in my country, I would maybe redirect the question to you. So maybe if you have an advice how to join Rotary in India.
We'll work on it during our membership and come back to the answer.
Okay. So we have that then. Will be answered. Good question then. So, and the question, how was the Jyoti experience? We loved it. I'm very happy that you loved it, because I think the Jyoti was an experience to connect all of us together. And what was really nice about it, us coming in a very short period of time to do it, and yet showing what we are capable of, the spontaneous way of really bringing scouting together at times when everybody else is challenged to connect. That was nice. But what I enjoyed the most are all the talents. The youth get talent. And we have a lot of good talents in the movement that they really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the show as well. And so how can we end hunger in our locality? And as I'm working for SDGs, it would be very helpful for me. That's a very important question. I mean, how to work for the target of ending hunger, and the question on how to achieve that goal of no hunger as part of the Sustainable Development Goals. In Scouting, we have a lot of good initiatives. I mean, you probably know about the Ticket to Life program and the Food for Life as well. All these initiatives aiming to help young people and their local communities deal with the question of hunger. My best encouragement here for us to be able to tackle this goal is to look at initiatives at the level of your Scouting group. Look what you can do together in terms of looking at initiatives to tackle this problem in your own community. Identify who are the people in need, and also help with your Scouting group in seeing at what ways you can help them, whether either by delivering services and support, especially at this time of isolation, or by looking for other projects, looking, and I invite you all to go and read more about Ticket to Life project and the Food for Life, which I think they can be very helpful also in understanding. And I know my friend Prasanna is also joining, so I would invite him maybe to speak as well more about what these projects, how they have been implemented in the Philippines, in Bangladesh, in India as well. Some of these projects, they are in the heart of achieving goal 2, the ending hunger. So that can be something. Go and check Ticket to Life and Food for Life as well. These are projects that any Scouting group can help with implementing and tackling the question of hunger. So what is the challenge you are giving to yourself? One of the questions. I would say not to gain more weight during this period, so that's not an easy one. So I think we all have that challenge. We're trying to keep our weight, but I think the key challenge, I'm trying to use this time to call and connect with as many Scout organizations as possible, reaching out to them, connecting and seeing how we can support them, because our responsibility, we're also a movement of solidarity. So at times of difficulties, we come together. And part of my responsibility at this moment, making sure that we're as close as we can be to our member organization. That's why I'm very happy to be with you today. And one Jet Ghosh is saying, hope to come to India soon. Believe me, I can't wait. I look very much forward for an opportunity to come to India very soon. And how we can work in the SDGs worldwide. And if you go to the SDGs, and I'm going to write it here, so I'm sdgs.scout.org. You will find the platform that has everything you need to know about the work. Oh, sorry, SDGs. Yeah. Everything you need to know about how you can contribute to scouting, through scouting to the SDGs, the target that we have put to ourselves. So sdgs.scouts.org, I mean, is the best platform that can enable you with ideas about what you can do, some challenges as well, how you can contribute. And the most important thing about it, it aggregates, it allows us to see the collective contribution of the entire movement around the world, around all these different goals. So also, maybe as a follow-up, you can check the Scout for SDGs platform, which can enable you an opportunity to see where you can support. And we have a question here. Do you think that Scouting Muslim must be prepared to start a new programs focused on tackling such problems. I think absolutely. I mean, the good thing about scouting, we're very, very agile. We're very flexible. We look at what problems we have and we try to respond to them. So I think what we will be doing is what kind of new programs we would need in the future that would help us cope with the new reality. And in time of pandemic, how do I feel, and does it bring you a lot of stress? Must admit, I mean, we have good days and bad days, right? All of us. We have sometimes good moments and bad moments. Sometimes we have this lots of challenges, and sometimes we have good days. So my message to you, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to feel good. I mean, don't be harsh on yourself. Sometimes during this time, we will realize that the challenges are too big, or you are too bored of not going out, or you have basically some financial struggle or health struggle. It's okay to not be okay during this time, because this is not a normal time. So we need to accept the fact that it's not that easy for us to be able to deal with these circumstances. However, keep as much as possible mental toughness at this time. And the best thing you can do, and my advice to you, connect with your scouting group. The best support you can get during this time mentally is to connect with your scouting group and ask them how they can, how's their experience. And I think once you speak to other friends, you will be able to cope and understand that you are not alone during this time. But I think there have been many questions, I know, and little time. So I just want to thank you for checking on me as I'm checking on you as well. And really great to see the smiley face of my brothers, Raji Kumar and Madhu as well, for their great work. And I really salute you for your wonderful work. Amazing leadership you are showing at the moment. Please convey my regards to everyone from our brothers and sisters in the leadership as well.
Thank you very much, Ahmed. Thank you for the time.